Hello everyone, Phoenix Knight here. Welcome to the channel and welcome back to the 1985 season in Season Ticket Baseball. Tonight we are live at Olympic Stadium for Game 5 of the National League Championship Series between the Houston Astros and the Montreal Expos. The Expos lead this game 3-1 after shelling Nolan Ryan and the Astros in Game 4 7-0. The Expos are one win away from the 1985 World Series. As such, because this is an elimination game, that the fast score house rule is no longer in effect for this series. The Expos have to land the death blow themselves. The Astros have to evade it themselves. Probably a good thing, because the Astros are a +0 in fast score. The Expos are a +1. So probably to the Astros' relief, that fast score will no longer be a factor in this series. It is already deafening here at Olympic Stadium tonight. Fans were getting here early this morning, and I'm expecting this to be an absolute madhouse. Standing room only tonight. It is probably going to be quite loud at Olympic Stadium tonight. So, as fans are filing in here in the standing room only Olympic Stadium, let's get right down to the field and see what happens tonight. Starting pitcher for the Montreal Expos is Bill Gullickson, their number 2 starter. 14-12 with a 3.52 ERA, 181 1/3 innings pitched, 68 strikeouts, 47 walks, and 8 home runs in 85. As the rest of the Expos get loose behind Gullickson, we will take our first look at the Astros starting lineup, trying to get this series back to the Astrodome in Houston for Game 6. Leading off, we have got Jim Pankovits in right field. Denny Walling is at third base. Bill Duran is at second base. Jose Cruz is in left field. Mark Bailey is catching. Glenn Davis is at first base. Craig Reynolds is at shortstop. Kevin Bass is in center field. And the starting pitcher for the Astros, Mike Scott. We will meet him at the bottom of the first. That is the lineup trying to get this series back to Houston for Game 6. Leading off for the Astros tonight is the right fielder, Jim Pankovits. 244 average, 4 home runs, 14 RBIs in 85. We are using blue, white, and red dice tonight. Expos are the home team. Astros win. Game 6 will be tomorrow afternoon, as my Sunday game group is not meeting this week. Expos win. They go to the 1985 World Series. Who will win this one tonight? Can the Astros save their season, or can the Expos secure their ticket to the 1985 World Series? Only the dice know for sure. And as Gullickson looks in at Fitzgerald for the sign, it is electric here at Olympic Stadium. And only the dice know for sure which story they're going to tell. So in order to find out what story they want to tell, we have to go to the first pitch. So Bill, take it away. And he will take it away with a 399. And the Astros are going to come out swinging, wasting no time getting on the board with a boom! High, deep, gone. Home run, Jim Pankovits. Astros strike first. 1-0 Astros. Stadium groans. Ugh. Here's Denny Walling. 270 average, 7 home runs, 45 RBIs in 85. Astros need to come out swinging. Gullickson will get the sign from Fitzgerald. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 183. And a 183 is going to be a bloop single for Walling. He will get on with a single. Gullickson serving Pankovits a grapefruit. Pankovits turned that into fruit salad and got that out of the infield to give the Astros the early lead. And now we've got a base hit for Walling. The infield will go to double play depth. Bill Duran is now the batter. 287 average, 14 home runs, 59 RBIs in 85. Walling, not a threat to steal. He will hold. Gullickson will look in at Fitzgerald for the sign. 1-0 Astros already here in the top of the first. Gullickson will set, and he will pitch. That is a 661, and a 661 is going to be grounded over to short. Picking that one up for the Expos is going to be Hubie Brooks. He will throw that over to Law to get Walling. Law will try to make the pivot over to Francona, but that won't be in time. That'll be a 6-4 putout as Duran will reach on the fielder's choice. One out in the inning, and Jose Cruz is now the batter. 300 average, 9 home runs, 79 RBIs, and 85. Gullickson knows he needs to shake off the homer to Pankovitz. He will get the sign from Fitzgerald. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 663, and that'll be grounded over to first. Francona will get that one. Gullickson will come over to cover the bag. 2 outs in the inning. Duran will make second. Two outs in the inning, and Mark Bailey is now the batter. 265 average, 10 home runs, 45 RBIs, and 85. Astros struck first. They need to keep the pressure on. Gullickson will get the sign from Fitzgerald. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 341, and that's going to be a swing and a miss by Bailey as he gets in front of a changeup for strike 3, inning over. But the Astros strike first. 1 run on 2 hits, a solo bomb by Jim Pankovitz. Score is now Houston 1, Montreal coming to bat. Astros need the win to get this back to Houston for Game 6. Montreal looking to finish it right here. Starting pitcher for the Houston Astros is Mike Scott. 18-8 with a 3.29 ERA. 221 and 2/3 innings pitched, 137 strikeouts, 80 walks, 20 home runs, and 85. As the rest of the Astros get loose behind Scott, we will take our first look at the Expos starting lineup. Leading off, we've got Herm Winningham in center field. Hubie Brooks is at shortstop. Tim Raines is in left field. Vance Law is at second base. Tim Wallach is at third base. Andre Dawson is in right field. Terry Francona is at first base. Mike Fitzgerald is catching. And Bill Gullickson is our starting pitcher. He's got a pitcher batting card. Leading off for the Expos tonight is Herm Winningham. 237 average, 3 home runs, 21 RBIs, and 85. And as usual, I will see you guys at the top of the second. Scott will get the sign from Bailey, trying to protect the 1-0 Astros lead. Scott will set, and he will pitch. That is a 495. And against the righty, a 495 is going to be a fly ball into center field. Bass will track that one down for the Astros. He will make the catch, and that will be out number 1. One out in the inning, and Hubie Brooks is now the batter for the Expos. 269 average, 13 home runs, 100 RBIs, and 85. Scott will look to Bailey for the sign. He will set. Here's the windup, and here comes the pitch. That is a 543. That's over to Duran at second base, and that'll be a ground ball right over to him. He will take his time, throw that over to first. 2 outs in the inning. Tim Raines, now the batter. 320 average, 11 home runs, 41 RBIs, and 85. Scott looking in at Bailey for the sign. Olympic Stadium, still loud. Scott will set, and he will pitch. That is a 507. That's going to give us a rare play with 2 outs in the inning. So I've got to get my rare plays all pulled up here. That is a 571. Let's see what happens on a 571. That'll be a deep fly ball into right field. Right fielder collides with the wall but can't make the catch. He's injured. Roll on the collision injury table. So that's going to be a double to right field for Rains. And we need to roll on the injury table. So that's a collision. Right fielder for the Astros is Pankovits. Ooh, this could be a problem. Let's see, collision table. Let's see, 75 games played. Pankovits, 75. Roll modifier is going to be a plus 25. So we roll, what do we roll? All 3 dice, 2 tens, add the current year. Wait. Determine the modifier, so you have plus 25. Roll all 3 dice and add the modifier. So 25 on collisions. So 25 plus 9 is 34. And I had a notepad in here that I was using to track injuries. Must have grown legs and walked off on me or something. So 25. I can just use the scorebook here. So 25 and 9 is a 34 on the collisions table. Ouch, that is a dislocated collarbone for Pankovits. He's going to have to come out. Dislocated collarbone, he'll miss 10 days. So Pankovits leads off the game with a home run, and he's immediately got to come out of the game. Let's see if the Astros have another right fielder they can use tonight. They might have to go to him. They could go to him. They've got a couple of right fielders they can bring in. Yeah, this is what they're going to do. Coming into play right field for the Astros. My apologies that things have kind of slowed down a little bit here. I'm having to bring in a new right fielder for the Astros, which is already a huge blow. Let's see, add to the lineup at the 1 spot. Coming in to lead off and play right field is going to be Jerry Mumphrey. We will meet him when we get into the bottom of when we get to his at-bat at the top of the second. So Rains is now safe at second with the double. Coming in to bat now with 2 outs in the inning is going to be Vance Law. 266 average, 10 home runs, 52 RBIs, and 85. Obviously, we hope Pankovits is okay, but that is a bad time for an injury to happen for the Astros. Scott will get the sign from Bailey. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 230 against a righty. 230 is going to be a ground ball right back to Scott. He will take his time, throw that over to Davis at first, and that will retire the side. Nothing across except the double for the Expos. Houston holding on to a 1-0 lead after 1. Stadium groans. Ugh. Now that I'm figuring out injuries and season ticket, I can probably incorporate them in my season ticket replays moving forward, as they seem to be pretty straightforward. During the regular season, injuries will most likely be game day only, whereas during the playoffs, they'll be full-time. Gullickson finishes up his warm-up tosses during that ramble, as Glenn Davis will step into the batter's box. 271 average, 20 home runs, 64 RBIs, and 85. That's got to be demoralizing for the Astros, though, losing their leadoff home run hitter. Gullickson will get the sign from Fitzgerald. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 470 against a righty. Here comes the pitch. Plunk. Ouch. Gullickson hits Davis. And Davis will trot to first on the hit batter. Slider came in a little bit tight. Davis will go to first. Infield will go to double play depth. Craig Reynolds, now the batter. 272 average, 4 home runs, 32 RBIs, and 85. Davis, not a threat to steal. He will hold. Reynolds, is he going to lay down the bunt here? I think he is going to lay down the bunt, actually. The corners are going to come in expecting the bunt. Gullickson will get the sign from Fitzgerald as Reynolds squares around to bunt. He will set. Here's the pitch, and here's the bunt. Let's see, a 6 and a 6 is 12. That looks like it's going to be a terrible bunt, and that'll be a miss for 2 strikes. So Davis will foul off 2 pitches trying to get the bunt down, and now the Astros are going to call off the bunt. Reynolds is going to swing normally. The Expos infield will go back to double play depth. Gullickson will now get the sign from Fitzgerald. He will set, and he will pitch normally. That is a 166. And a 166 is going to be a bloop single as Reynolds will get that on. We'll get that one down out of the infield, and he'll have a single. And now the Astros have something going on with 2 men on and nobody out. Batter now is Kevin Bass. 269 average, 16 home runs, 68 RBIs, and 85. Gullickson knows he's got to get out of trouble here. Davis is at second. Reynolds is at first. He will get the sign from Fitzgerald. Fans at Olympic Stadium are loud. Gullickson will set, and he will pitch. That is a 158. And a 158 is going to be a base hit into center field. The Astros will extend their lead as Bass gets into one. Davis will score. Reynolds will go to second. Bass to first. 2-0 Astros. Stadium groans. Ugh. Here's Mike Scott, the pitcher. As the Astros now open up a 2-0 lead, Scott is going to square around with the bunt of his own. Expos, Olympic Stadium, does not like what they see. The corners are going to come in expecting the bunt. Gullickson will get the sign from Fitzgerald. He will set, and he will pitch. Here's the bunt. Let's see, 15, 18, and 4 is 22. 22 is going to be a good sacrifice over to third base. Getting that one is going to be Wallach. He will have only 1 play with that. He will throw that over to first for 1 out in the inning. Everybody will move up. Now the infield will have to play in as Jerry Mumphrey is now the batter. 277 average, 8 home runs, 61 RBIs, and 85. Reynolds, I'm going to check out arms in the infield. 1, 3, 4, 2, 1. Reynolds is going on contact. Gullickson will get the sign from Fitzgerald. 2-0 Astros, top of the second. Gullickson will set, and he will pitch. That is a 581. And a 581 is going to be a fly ball into center field. Winningham will go back for that one. He will make the catch. That'll be out number 2. Reynolds has to try to score. He's got to beat a 14 with a speed of 3 into the plate. Does Winningham throw him out? Here comes the throw from Winningham. It's going to be off target. Reynolds will come in to score on the sacrifice fly. Let me look there. R3 has to challenge. Okay. So there are 2 outs in the inning, but Reynolds will score. So Reynolds will score. 3-0 Astros. Stadium groans. Ugh. Astros do not like, or Expos do not like what they see. Batter now is Walling. Walling tonight is 1 for 1 with a single. The only consolation for the Expos is there's a lot of baseball left to play. Actually, I was a 598. We would have gotten the We won't worry about that now. Oh, never mind. The throw, that was for the throw. Never mind, we're all good. Gullickson will get the sign from Fitzgerald. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 3-0-4. And a 3-0-4. Walling's going to get frozen by the high heat for strike 3. That will retire the side. But the Astros continue to extend their lead. 2 runs on 2 hits, a hit batter, and a sacrifice fly. The Astros now lead 3-0 heading into the bottom of the second. The Astros are desperately trying to extend their season against this Expos team. They're certainly off to a good start doing that. Scott finishing up his warm-up tosses, as stepping into the batter's box to lead off the bottom of the second for the Expos is Tim Wallach. 260 average, 22 home runs, 81 RBIs, and 85. He was the hero of Game 4 as the Expos took total control of this series. Scott will get the sign from Bailey. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 282. And against a righty, 282. Uh-oh. Wallach's into left field. Wallach with a power of a 9. Does Wallach pick up right where he left off for the Expos on Thursday night in Game 4? As soon as somebody finds what's left of that baseball, as it's going to go with a boom! That ball is hit high. That ball is hit deep to left field. Cruz going back for that one. He's back to the track, back to the wall, and the pieces are going to end up in the upper deck. That ball is gone. Home run, Tim Wallach. Expos get on the board. Astros lead 3-1. Stadium cheers. Yay! Here's Andre Dawson. 255 average, 23 home runs, 91 RBIs, and 85. Scott has got to have instant amnesia from that one. He will get the sign from Bailey. Fans at Olympic Stadium coming back to life. Scott will set, and he will pitch. That is a 606. That'll turn into a 616. And Dawson gets frozen by a changeup for strike 3, out number 1. Terry Francona, future World Series winning manager, now stepping into the batter's box. 267 average, 2 home runs, 31 RBIs, and 85. Scott knows he's got to keep this game close. Knows he wants to keep the Expos right where they are. Scott will get the sign from Bailey. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 323. And a 323 is going to be a slow hit ball. Francona will leg that out, and he'll have a single on the infield. Infield will go to double play depth. Batter now is Mike Fitzgerald. 207 average, 5 home runs, 34 RBIs, and 85. Francona edging off of first. They might try to give him the jump, actually, not into Bailey's arm. Scott will get the sign from Bailey. He will set, and he will pitch. A 298. Oh boy, 298 against a righty. Fitzgerald is into one. He is deep to left field. Fitzgerald with a power of a 4. Does Fitzgerald tie the game for the Expos? Boom! That ball is hit high. That ball is hit deep to left field. Cruz, back for that one. He's back to the track, back to the wall. That ball is gone. Home run, Mike Fitzgerald. We are tied in Game 5. We are tied at 3. Stadium cheers. Yay! Bill Gullickson is now the batter. Infield no longer needs double play depth. Gullickson serving Fitzgerald serving Fitzgerald a hamburger. He turned that into pizza and tied the game. Scott will get the sign from Bailey. Fans at Olympic Stadium are electric. Scott will get the sign. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 544. That's over to Duran at second base. That'll be a ground ball. Duran going to his left. He will take his time. Throw that over to first. Out number 2. Winningham, now the batter. Winningham flew out his first time up. Scott cannot believe what he sees. He will get the sign from Bailey. Fans at Olympic Stadium are loud. We are tied at 3 here in the bottom of the second. Scott will get the sign. He will set. Here's the windup, and here comes the pitch. That is a 697. That'll turn into a 707. Oh boy. Winningham's into one. That one is deep to center field, though. Winningham with a power of a 2. What does he do with this pitch? Winningham will get into that one. That one's going to drop in front of Bass, and Winningham will be on with a 2-out single into center field. Brooks is now the batter. Brooks grounded out his first time up. Fans at Olympic Stadium are loud once again. Actually, they've never stopped being loud. Scott will get the sign from Bailey. He will set, and he will pitch. This time it is a 637. That'll turn into a 647 and be a ground ball over to second. Duran will take that one. He'll throw that over to Reynolds to get Winningham, and that will retire the side. But the Expos strike back here in the bottom of the second. 3 runs on 4 hits, 2 bombs, a solo shot by Tim Wallach, and a 2-run variety by Mike Fitzgerald. After 2 at Olympic Stadium, we are tied at 3. Astros win tonight. Game 6 will be tomorrow night back at the Astrodome. Expos win. They go to the World Series. We've got the heart of the Astros order due up. Here's Duran. Duran tonight is 0 for 1. Gullickson looking in at Fitzgerald for the sign. He will set. Here's the windup. And here comes the pitch. That is a 147. And a 147 is going to be a leadoff walk as Gullickson will lose control of a slider for ball 4. Duran will trot to first. Infield will go to double play depth, and here's Cruz. Cruz tonight is 0 for 1. Duran, he might try to get the jump here. And yeah, he's going to try to get the jump. Duran is leading off of second. What does Gullickson do about that? Duran's going to get the jump, and he is going to take off for second. He's going to try to steal a bag here. Here comes the throw from Fitzgerald. Duran's got to beat a 14 to the plate with a speed of 3. Does he? Here comes the throw from Fitzgerald. The throw is going to be high. Duran will be safe at second on the stolen base. That will take away the double play depth, or the double play, that'll take away the double play for the Expos. Cruz now waits for the sign, waits for the pitch from Gullickson as Duran moves into scoring position. Gullickson will get the sign from Fitzgerald, and he will pitch. That is a 118, and a 118 is going to be lined right to short. Putting up his glove in self-defense is Brooks. The ball will slam into it. That will be out number 1. One out in the inning, and Bailey is now the batter. Bailey's 0 for 1 tonight. Gullickson looking in at Fitzgerald for the sign. He will set. Here's the kick, and here comes the pitch. That is a 350. And a 350. Bailey's going to get frozen by the high heat for strike 3. That is out number 2. Bailey tells the umpire, hey, that pitch was high. The umpire says, no, you're high. You're also out. Go sit. 2 outs, and here's Davis. Davis got hit by a pitch his first time up. Gullickson trying to get out of this inning, working around a leadoff single and a steal by Duran. Gullickson will get the sign from Fitzgerald. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 689. That sounds like trouble, 689. That is going to be a base hit, and the Astros are going to take the lead. Duran will come in to score from second. Davis will make first. Astros take the lead. 4-3 Astros. Stadium groans. Ugh. Here's Reynolds. Reynolds is 1-for-1 with a single tonight. 4-3 Astros, top of the third. This is going to be a wild one. Gullickson gets the sign from Fitzgerald. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 111, and a 111 is going to be a ground ball over to first. Francona going to his right. Gullickson going over to cover the bag, and he'll take the throw for the third out. That will retire the side. The Astros, however, take the lead. 1 run on a walk, a hit, and a stolen base by Duran, and the Astros now have a 4-3 lead heading into the bottom of the third. And now we've got the heart of the Expos order due up. Leading off the bottom of the third is Raines. Raines had a double back in the first. 4-3 Astros, bottom of the third. Scott looking into Bailey for the sign. He will set. Here's the windup, and here comes the pitch. That is a 196. And a 196 is going to be a bloop single for Raines as he will get on with a leadoff single. Infield will go to double play depth. Batter now is Law. Law tonight is 0-for-1. Raines has got very good steal potential. He's going to try to get the jump here. He will edge off of second. Scott, we'll see what happens with Scott here on this play. That is going to be a very easy lead for Raines, and he will take off for second. Here comes the throw from Bailey. Raines has got to beat a 14 to second with a speed of an 8. The throw, it's a close play. Here comes the throw from Bailey. He gets a pitch out, but Raines is able to beat the tag just barely. The throw is on target, but Raines will go to second with a stolen base. And that'll take away the double play for the Astros. It was a good throw by Bailey, but Raines just that much faster. And now Scott has got to deal with a runner in scoring position. Scott will get the sign from Bailey. He will set, and he will pitch. Into a 455 against a righty. 455. That is going to be a base hit into center field. Raines could try to score. Center fielder is Bass with an arm of 4. They're waving Raines around. He's got to beat a 14 to the plate with a speed of an 8. Does Raines score and tie this game? Here comes the throw from center field. Bass getting it in. He gets it into the cutoff, into the relay man. Raines will throw that. Here comes the throw from Raines, and Raines is going to beat the throw. He will be safe at first. Right. We want to do 1B+. So Raines will score, Law will go to second, and we are once again tied at 4 here in the bottom of the third. Stadium cheers. Yay! Infield back to double play depth. Batter now is Wallach. Wallach is 1-for-1 with a solo bomb. He got the Expos scoring started. Tied at 4 in the bottom of the third. This is definitely not a pitcher's duel tonight. Scott will get the sign from Bailey. He will set, and he will pitch. This time it's a 161. And a 161 is going to be a fly ball into right field. Back for that one for the Astros is going to be Mumphrey. He will make the catch, and that will be out number 1. One out in the inning. Batter now is Dawson. Dawson tonight is 0 for 1. Law might be thinking about trying to swipe a bag here. Could the Astros or could the Expos try it again here? No, they're not going to try again here. Dawson will bat. Scott will get the sign from Bailey. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 352. And a 352 is going to be a base hit on the infield. Dawson will get that out of the infield. Just barely. He'll leg out a single. And now the Expos have something going on here with 1 out. One out in the inning. Batter now is Francona. Francona is 1 for 1. He's got an infield single of his own. Do the Expos try to lay down the bunt here, or do they have Francona swing away? This is a tough choice here. I think Francona is going to lay down the bunt here, and I'm going to roll a die to determine the Astros defense. On odds, they're going to play back hoping for 2. Evens, they're going to bring the corners in for the... Actually, no, they're going to play back. They're going to play at double play depth. They want to try to get 2 here and get out of the inning. We are tied at 4 in the bottom of the third. Scott gets the sign from Bailey. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 642. That'll turn into a 652 and be a ground ball over to third. Picking that one up is going to be Walling. He'll make the throw to second. That'll get Dawson. Duran will try to make the relay, but that won't be in time. 2 outs in the inning as Law will go to third. Francona will reach on the fielder's choice. Two outs in the inning, and Fitzgerald is now the batter. Fitzgerald hit a 2-run bomb back in the second when the Expos tied this game. Expos looking to take their first lead tonight. Scott will get the sign from Bailey. Fans at Olympic Stadium are loud. Runners at the corners. Scott will set, and he will pitch. That is a 425 against a righty. A 425 is going to be a ground ball over to short. Grabbing that for the Astros is going to be Reynolds. He will throw that over to first. Actually, he'll throw that over to second. That'll get Francona, and that will retire the side. The Expos, though, managed to tie this game. One run on 1, 2, 3 hits and a stolen base. We are tied at 4 here at Olympic Stadium after 3. As Philip Anderson is first to join us here at Olympic Stadium. And yes, indeed, Philip, we've got a lot of scoring tonight. Opposite of last night after 3, indeed. This is definitely not a pitcher's duel tonight. Gullickson will finish up his warm-up tosses. Bass, now the batter. Bass tonight is 1 for 1 with a single. You knew after last night the Astros were going to come out swinging, trying to save their season. Gullickson will get the sign from Fitzgerald. Olympic Stadium is an absolute madhouse. Gullickson will set, and he will pitch. That is a 416. And against a righty, a 416 is going to get popped up on the infield. Wallach going into foul territory. He will make the catch, and that will be out number 1. Here's Scott. Scott tonight is 0 for 1. Gullickson looking in at Fitzgerald for the sign. Tied at 4 in the top of the 4th. Gullickson will set, and he will pitch. That is a 495, and a 495 with, based on his I rating of a 3, 495 is going to be a fly ball into right field. Back for that one is Dawson. He will make the catch coming in. That is out number 2. Mumphrey, now the batter. Mumphrey tonight is 0 for 1. Remember, he came in for Pankovitz after Pankovitz collided with the right field wall and dislocated his collarbone. Gullickson will get the sign from Fitzgerald. He will set. Here's the windup, and here comes the pitch. That is a 231 against a switch left. 231 is going to get popped up on the infield. Wallach calling everybody off in the infield grass. He will make the catch, and that will retire the side. For the first time all night, 1, 2, 3 go the Astros here in the top of the 4th. Still tied at 4 as we get set for the bottom of the 4th. Last night went 5 scoreless between the Angels and the Tigers. Actually, last night went 4.5 scoreless. The Tigers did score 1 in the bottom of the 1st. Or in the bottom of the 5th, I should say. Once again, Expos win. They go to the World Series. Astros win. Game 6 is on Sunday night. Leading off is Gullickson for the bottom of the 4th. Gullickson is 0 for 1 tonight. Scott will get the sign from Bailey. Fans at Olympic Stadium are loud. Scott will set, and he will pitch. That is a 566. That's over to Reynolds, and it'll be a ground ball right to Reynolds. He will take his time with it, throw it over to first, 1 out in the inning. Here's Winningham. Winningham tonight is 1 for 2 with a single. Scott looking in at Bailey for the sign. He will set. Here's the windup, and here comes the pitch. That is a 586. That's into center field. Bass. And that's going to get to the wall. Winningham will be at second base. He'll slide in with a double. Brooks, now the batter with 1 out. Brooks is 0 for 2 tonight. Scott knows he's got to be careful with Brooks. He will get the sign from Bailey. Fans at Olympic Stadium are loud. Scott will set, and he will pitch. That is a 192. And a 192 is going to be a wild pitch, and Winningham will make third. Wow, what a time for Scott to uncork a wild one. Winningham will go to third. That will be ball 1. We will pitch again. And now the infield has to play in. Or not double play, in. Winningham, let me look at arms. 2, 3. 2, 3, 2, 3. Winningham is going on contact. Ball 1, we will pitch again. That is a 585. That's Bass once again. And that's going to get to the wall behind Bass once again. That'll be a double, and the Expos will take the lead. As Winningham will trot to the plate, Brooks will go to second. Expos take a 5-4 lead. Stadium cheers. Yay! Raines, now the batter. Raines tonight is 2 for 2 with a single, a double, and a stolen base. Infield is playing back. Raines looking in at Scott for the pitch. Scott will get the sign from Bailey. Olympic Stadium is going nuts. Scott will set. and he will pitch. That is a 268 against a switch left. 268 is going to be a fly ball into right field. Back for that one is going to be Mumphrey. He will make the catch. 2 outs in the inning. Two outs, and Law is now the batter. Law tonight is 1 for 2 with a single. Scott looking in at Bailey for the sign. He will set. Here's the kick, and here comes the pitch. A 4-15, and against a righty, a 4-15, Law's going to trot to second, or trot to first, with a free pass as Scott loses control of a slider on the inside corner. That is ball 4. Law is at first base. We've got a dangerous situation if you're an Astros fan. Batter now is Wallach. Wallach is 1 for 2 with a solo home run. Expos with a 5-4 lead. They're looking for more. Scott will get the sign from Bailey. He will set. Here's the kick, and here comes the pitch. That is a 163. And a 163 is going to be a fly ball into right field. Getting under that one is Mumphrey. He is back near the track, but he will have plenty of room to make the catch. That will retire the side. But the Expos take the lead. 1 run, 2 hits, 2 doubles actually, and a walk. The Expos now have a 5-4 lead after 4. And yep, indeed, the Expos are trying to close out the Astros tonight. The Astros are determined to go down fighting, though. Walling, now the batter, as we get set for the top of the 5th. Gullickson finishing up his warm-up tosses. Walling is 1 for 2 tonight. Gullickson looking in at Fitzgerald for the sign. He will set. Here's the windup, and here comes the pitch. That is a 421, and against a righty, a 421 is going to be a ground ball over to second. Law will pick that one up. He'll throw that over to first with no trouble. 1 out in the inning. Batter now is Duran. Duran tonight is 0 for 1 with a walk, and he stole a base. We are going to get some activity in the Expos bullpen, as getting loose for the Expos. They are going to get... The Expos are going to get David Palmer warming up. They want to plan on eating up some innings. The Expos want this win. Gullickson doesn't really need to go the distance, I don't think. But Gullickson will get the sign from Fitzgerald. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 591. That's into Dawson, and that'll be a fly ball right to him. Dawson will take a couple steps to his left, but he will track that down. 2 outs in the inning. Two outs, and the batter now is Cruz. Cruz tonight is 0 for 2. Gullickson looking in at Fitzgerald for the sign. Expos fans are loud. Gullickson will set, and he will pitch. That is a 334. And a 334 is going to be a slow hit ball, but Cruz will leg it out. That'll be a base hit on the infield. He'll get to first to continue the inning. Bailey, now the batter with 2 outs for the Astros. Bailey's 0 for 2, though. He's struck out twice tonight. Gullickson looking in at Fitzgerald for the sign. He will set. Here's the kick, and here's the pitch. That is a 559. Uh-oh, that sounds like a problem. There's Wallach, and he's gonna misplay that one. That'll slip off his glove, and everybody's going to be safe on the E5. Gullickson looking over at Wallach like, what are you doing over there? Get your fielding together. Here's Davis. Davis is 1 for 1 with a single, and he's been hit by a pitch. Olympic Stadium is loud. Gullickson trying to get out of trouble here. Cruz is on second. Bailey's at first. Gullickson will get the sign from Fitzgerald. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 383 and a 383. That's going to be a ground ball over to third. Wallach will take that one. He'll take that to the bag himself, and that will retire the side. Expos get out of trouble, though. Let's see. 1 run, an error, but the Expos managed to escape trouble as the Astros can't do anything with it. Score is still 5-4 Expos as we head into the bottom of the 5th. Stadium size. Phew! Batter now for the Expos, as Scott finishes up his warm-up tosses, is Dawson. Dawson tonight is 1 for 2. He's got an infield single. We're also going to get some activity in the Astros bullpen, as getting loose for the Astros is going to be... They, I think, want some long relief as well. The Astros are going to get... let's see... Good mix of lefties and righties. They're going to get Jeff Heathcock warming up in the bullpen, and I just felt myself jar the camera pretty heavily, but everything looks good there. Okay. Dawson gets a few extra practice swings in as we're getting set for the bottom of the 5th. Scott will look in at Bailey for the sign. Fans at Olympic Stadium are loud, hoping the Expos can close out the Astros. Scott will set, and he will pitch. That is a 526. That's in front of the plate. That's Bailey. And a 526 is going to be a passed ball. That'll be ball 1. We'll pitch again. Bailey not able to block that one. And a 385. A 385 is going to be a base hit for Dawson. He will reach with a leadoff single. Infield will go to double play depth. Batter now is Francona. Francona tonight is 1 for 2 with a single. The Expos are going to do a hit and run here, trying to stay out of trouble. Francona does not have a lot of power. Scott will get the sign from Bailey. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 517. That's right back to Scott. And that's going to get past him. That'll be a base hit into center field. Dawson is going to hold at third with the leadoff single as the hit and run works to perfection for the Expos. The infield has got to play in. Batter now is Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald tonight is 1 for 2, but that one was a 2-run home run. Looking at Dawson as the infield is playing in. Let's see, 2, 3, 2, 3. Dawson is going on contact. He's got great speed. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 5th. Expos trying to blow this game open. They've got runners at the corners. Scott will get the sign from Bailey. Fans at Olympic Stadium are loud. Scott will set, and he will pitch. That is a 675. That'll turn into a 685, and that'll be a base hit into the left field. That should bring both runs home. Dawson at least will score. Dawson will score. I think Francona actually goes to third. Fitzgerald to first. Let me double check that. Yep. 6-4 Expos. Stadium cheers. Yay! Infield has got to stay in. The batter now is Gullickson. Gullickson tonight is 0 for 2. They are going to let him hit. Francona is not going on contact. He will stay put. Scott looking in at Bailey for the sign. Fans at Olympic Stadium are going nuts. Scott will set, and he will pitch. That is a 658. That'll turn into a 668, and that'll be a ground ball right back to Scott. As Francona's not going on contact, he will hold. That'll be out number 1. Fitzgerald, however, will go to second. So Gullickson gets thrown out, 1 out in the inning. Batter now is Winningham. Winningham is 2 for 3 with a single, a double, and he advanced on a wild pitch. Now Francona is going on contact. Scott will get the sign from Bailey. 6-4 Expos, bottom of the 5th. Scott will set, and he will pitch. That is a 398. And a 398 is going to be a fly ball into left field. Going under that one is Cruz. He's back near the track, though. He's going to make the catch. 2 outs in the inning. Francona tagging up. Here comes the throw from Cruz, and that's going to get cut off. Francona way too close to the plate. He will, by the time that ball gets in, he will score. 7-3 Expos on the sacrifice fly. Stadium cheers. Yay! But there are 2 outs in the inning, and the batter now is Brooks. Brooks tonight is 1 for 3. He's got a double. Scott will get the sign from Bailey. Fans at Olympic Stadium are still loud. Scott will set, and he will pitch. That is a 548. 548 is Duran, and that's going to be a base hit into right field. Fitzgerald could try to score, but he's going to hold at third. Two outs in the inning, and the batter for the Expos now is Raines. Raines tonight is 2 for 3 with a single, a double, and a stolen base. Scott knows he's got to get out of trouble here. He's got runners at the corners. He's in a lot of trouble. Scott will get the sign from Bailey. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 599. That does not look like getting out of trouble at all. That'll be Mumphrey, and that'll get in front of Mumphrey. That'll be a base hit. Fitzgerald will score. Fitzgerald will score. Brooks will hold at second. What is that? 1B. Let's see, 599. That's an RB plus. Okay. Fitzgerald will score. Brooks to second. Raines to first. 8-4 Expos. Stadium cheers. Yay! Batter now is Law. Law tonight is 1 for 2 with a single and a walk. Astros telling Scott, get out of the inning. Heathcock warming up. Scott will get the sign from Bailey. He will set. Here's the kick, and here comes the pitch. That is a 534. That's over to first base, Davis, and that'll be a ground ball right at him. He'll wave off Scott coming over, take that to the bag himself, and that will retire the side. But the Expos pick up some breathing room here. 3 runs on 5 hits. And the Expos now have an 8-4 lead after 5. And that was indeed a big inning for the Expos. They got some breathing room after the Astros kind of scared them a little bit in the early part of the game. Leading off for the Astros now is Reynolds. Reynolds tonight is 1 for 2 with a single. The Astros need to put something together here if they're going to extend their season and get this back to Houston. Gullickson will get the sign from Fitzgerald. He will set. Here's the windup, and here comes the pitch. Oop. That is a 394. And a 394 is going to be a base hit for Reynolds into left field. That'll be the first point of fatigue on Gullickson. We'll see how long the Expos want to let him pitch into how long they want to let him pitch into the sixth. The infield will go to double play depth. Batter now is Bass. Bass tonight is 1 for 2 with a single. Palmer just about ready to come in. Reynolds edging off of first. Bass waiting for the pitch. Gullickson will get the sign from Fitzgerald. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 331, and that's going to be a slow hit roller on the infield. Bass will have a single. And I think that's going to be it for Gullickson. Speaking of it being it for pitchers, Scott is going to come out of the game. The Astros are going to go to the bullpen, are going to go to the bench. Coming in to pinch hit for the Astros is going to be I'm just getting digital diamonds sorted out. Coming in to pinch hit for the Astros is going to be Dickie Thon. 251 average, 6 home runs, 29 RBIs in 85. That is also going to be it for Gullickson. The Expos don't want to take any chances on this one slipping away. Coming in to pitch for the Expos once Digital Diamond decides it wants to cooperate with me, is going to be David Palmer. 7-10 with a 3.71 ERA, 135 and 2/3 innings pitched, 106 strikeouts, 67 walks, 5 home runs in 85. He will face Thon as the pinch hitter. Palmer will get the sign from Fitzgerald. Olympic Stadium is loud, hoping the Expos can get out of trouble. Palmer will set, and he will pitch. That is a 298. That is a 298 against a righty. Is going to be a ground ball over to third. Wallach will pick that one up. He'll throw that over to Law. That'll get Bass. Law will make the pivot over to Francona. That is in time. That'll be a 5-4-3 double play. 2 outs in the inning. Stadium cheers. Yay! A gigantic double play for the Expos as they go around the horn. Reynolds does go to first, but there are 2 outs in the inning. Batter now is Mumphrey. Mumphrey tonight is 0 for 2. He came in for the injured Pankovitz, who hit the leadoff home run to start this game. Palmer gets the sign from Fitzgerald, trying to get the Expos out of trouble. Palmer will set, and he will pitch. That is a 275 against the switch left. 275 is going to be a swing and a miss by Mumphrey as he misses a changeup for strike 3. That will retire the side. The Astros get 2 hits, but they don't get anything out of it. The Expos still holding on to an 8-4 lead here heading into the bottom of the 6th. Stadium size. Phew! The Astros need a pitcher. Coming in to pitch for the Astros is going to be Jeff Heathcock. 3-1 with a 3.36 ERA, 56 1/3 innings pitched, 25 strikeouts, 13 walks, 9 home runs in 85. He's coming in the middle of the Expos order. Leading off is Wallach. Wallach tonight is 1 for 3, but that one was a solo bomb. Heathcock will get the sign from Bailey. Fans at Olympic Stadium are absolutely going nuts. Heathcock will set, and he will pitch. That is a 131, and a 131 is going to be a fly ball into right field. Mumphrey back for that one. He's near the track, but he'll have room to track it down. 1 out in the inning. Dawson, now the batter. Dawson is 2 for 3 with 2 singles tonight. Heathcock looking in at Bailey for the sign. He will set. Here's the windup, and here comes the pitch. That is a 538. That's over to first base, where Davis is looking at that one, and that's going to get past Davis. That'll be a base hit into right field. Dawson will hold with a single. Infield will go to double play depth. Batter now is Francona. And I just heard something. Okay, never mind. I was hearing what sounded like brakes or something. Francona tonight is 2 for 3 with 2 singles. The Expos, are they going to? The Expos are going to do a hit and run here. They want to stay out of a double play. The Expos want to make sure this game is out of reach before they turn it over to the bullpen. Heathcock will get the sign from Bailey. Your hit and run is on. Heathcock will set, and he will pitch. That is a 158. And a 158 is going to be a fly ball into left field. Coming under that one is Cruz for the Astros. He will make the catch. 2 outs in the inning. As Dawson has to go back to first. He saw Francona get under it. Batter now is Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald tonight is 2 for 3 with a single and a 2-run bomb. Heathcock looking in at Bailey for the sign. Dawson edging off of first. Heathcock will set, and he will pitch. That is a 250. Actually, that's a 525. Actually, no, that's a 552. It would help if I read the numbers right. That'll be over to Walling, and that'll be a ground ball over to third. Walling will grab that one. He'll throw that over to Duran to get Dawson, and that will retire the side. No runs and a hit for the Expos, but the Expos now holding on to an 8-4 lead after 6. No, indeed. The Expos do not want any drama, or at least no drama that doesn't involve them coming out with a clutch inning. Palmer will continue to pitch the 7th. Leading off for the Astros is Walling. Walling tonight is 1 for 3 with a single. Palmer looking in at Fitzgerald for the sign. He will set. Here's the windup, and here comes the pitch. That is a 222 against a lefty. That'll be a 422 against a righty. And that'll be a ground ball over to second. Law will pick that one up. He will go to his left, take his time, throw it over to first. 1 out in the inning. Duran is now the batter. Duran is 0 for 2 with a walk and a stolen base. Palmer looking in at Fitzgerald for the sign. Fans at Olympic Stadium have never quieted down tonight. Palmer will set, and he will pitch. With a 343 and a 343, Duran just gets over top of it, but he will ground that over to short. Brooks will pick that one up, take his time, throw it over to first. 2 outs in the inning. Boy, did he just miss it. A 342 would have been an infield single, but instead Duran gets over top of it just enough. 2 outs in the inning. Cruz is now the batter. Cruz is 1 for 3. He's got a single tonight back in the 5th. Palmer trying to get out of trouble here. He will get the sign from Fitzgerald. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 642. And a 642 is going to be grounded over to first. Francona will grab that one. He'll wave Palmer off coming over to cover. Francona will take that to the bag himself, and that will retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Astros here in the top of the 7th. Montreal leading 8-4 as we get set for the 7th inning stretch. Sing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game." I will take a small break. Once the LCS round is over, we will find out what these are for on the Summer 2025 Project Selection Show. Before that, though, we're going to have to make our last stop of the LCS round over to Tiger Stadium in Detroit, Michigan, for a gigantic Game 5, and that's in the American League Championship Series between the California Angels and the Detroit Tigers. Dan Petrie will be going for the Tigers against Ron Romanek going for the Angels. That will be Game 5. That will be tomorrow night. Actually, that'll be tomorrow afternoon, probably. Bottom of the 7th coming up, and we are looking at the pitcher's spot leading off, and David Palmer. When did Palmer come in? Let's see. Yeah, he is actually going to bat. The Expos are going to let him eat up some more innings. So David Palmer will be the batter, but we are going to get some activity. Actually, no, he's not going to bat. Palmer is going to come out of the game. The Expos are going to turn this one. The Expos are going to get some activity in the bullpen as getting loose for the Expos. Let's see, switch righty-lefty. The Expos are going to get Gary Lucas warming up in the bullpen. And Palmer is going to come out of the game. We're going to get a pinch hitter for the Expos. I just need to decide who that pinch hitter is going to be. Let's see, they have a righty on the mound. So somebody who does well against righties. Sorry, I'm taking a little while here to decide who I want to have the Expos bring in. No, not him. Do I just go to the heavy artillery? I think I do. Seems like a waste, but the Expos are going to go to the heavy artillery. As I mentioned, Palmer is coming out of this game. Coming in to pinch hit for the Expos is going to be Mitch Webster. 274 average, 11 home runs, 30 RBIs in 85. His job is to try to extend this Expos lead. Heathcock will get the sign from Bailey. Fans at Olympic Stadium love what they see. Heathcock will set. Here's the kick, and here comes the pitch. That is a 203, and against a switch left, that'll turn into a 403, And against a righty, Webster is going to work a leadoff walk out of the at-bat. As Olympic Stadium will cheer, Webster taking ball 4, he will trot to first. Astros infield will go to double play depth. Batter now is Winningham. Winningham tonight is 2 for 4 with a single and a double. Heathcock looking in at Bailey for the sign. Winningham will swing away. Heathcock will set. Here's the kick, and here comes the pitch. That is a 282, and against a lefty, 282. Uh-oh. Winningham gets into one that is deep to right field. Winningham with a power of a 2. What does he do with this pitch? Winningham is going to lift that one into right field. Getting under that one for the Astros is going to be Mumphrey. He will make the catch, and that will be out number 1. Okay. Yep, that's exactly what the Astros are doing. They went with the pinch hitter there. Batter now is Brooks. Brooks tonight is 2 for 4 with a single and a double. The Expos are not wanting to play any games. Well, they're not wanting to play any drama, I should say, again, with this one. Webster will edge off of first. Heathcock will get the sign from Bailey. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 478 against a righty. 478 is going to be a fly ball into center field. Bass back for that one. He's near the track, but he will make the catch, and that will be out number 2. Raines is now the batter. Raines tonight is 3 for 4 with 2 singles and a double. Heathcock trying to get out of this inning without any problems. He will get the sign from Bailey. Fans at Olympic Stadium are loud, knowing their Expos are closing in on the pennant. Heathcock will set, and he will pitch. That is a 210. And against a switch left, that's going to get popped up on the infield. Raines gets under that one. Davis will go into foul territory for that one, but he will make the catch, and that will retire the side. After a leadoff walk, 1, 2, 3 go the Expos here in the bottom of the 7th. Montreal still protecting an 8-4 lead after 7. Expos need a pitcher. Coming in to pitch the top of the 8th for the Expos, once Digital Diamond feels like cooperating with me, is going to be Gary Lucas. 6-2 with a 3.19 ERA, 67 2/3 innings pitched, 31 strikeouts, 24 walks, 6 home runs in 85. He will be looking at the middle of the Astros order. Here's Bailey. Bailey tonight is 0 for 2, but he reached on an error back in the 5th. Lucas looking in at Fitzgerald for the sign. The Expos are 6 outs away from the World Series. Lucas will set. He will kick, and here comes the pitch. That is a 679, and a 679 is going to be a bloop single. Bailey will get a hold of that one. He'll get that out of the infield, and that's going to be a single. Infield will go to double play depth. Batter now is Davis. Davis tonight is 1 for 2 with a single, and he's been hit by a pitch. Bailey, not a threat to steal. He will hold. Lucas will get the sign from Fitzgerald. He will set. Here's the kick, and here comes the pitch. That is a 182. And a 182 is going to be another bloop single. And now all of a sudden the Astros now have something going on with nobody out. The Astros are not going down without a fight. Reynolds, now the batter. Reynolds tonight is 2 for 3. Expos trying to stop this. Lucas will get the sign from Fitzgerald. He will set. Here's the kick. And here comes the pitch. That is a 692. And a 692. Reynolds is going to get into one. That's going to be a double. And the Astros are going to cut into this lead. Wow. Bailey will come to the plate. Davis will go to third. Bailey will score. Davis to third. Reynolds to second. It is 8-5 Astros. Stadium groans. Ugh. The infield will play in as the batter now is Bass. Bass tonight is 2 for 3 with 2 singles. Davis is not going on contact. Fans at Olympic Stadium are very, very nervous. Lucas will get the sign from Fitzgerald. He will set. Here's the kick, and here comes the pitch. That is a 124, and a 124 is going to be grounded right back to Lucas. The throw is going to come to the plate. Davis, with a speed of a 1, he's got to beat a 12 to the plate. Can he? Here comes the throw from Lucas. It's going to be off target. Davis will score. Wow. Davis will score. Reynolds to third. Bass to first. It is 8-6 Expos. Stadium groans. Ugh. Heathcock is going to come out of the game. The Astros are going to the bench once again. We have got high drama tonight here at Olympic Stadium. Let's see who the Astros are going to go to. They're going to get some bullpen activity as well. Starting to get loose for the Astros. Middle of the order is all righties. The Astros are going to get Mike Madden warming up. Now to figure out who the Astros are bringing in off the bench. Somebody who hits lefties. Yep. We have got drama here tonight, folks. Coming in to pinch hit for Heathcock is going to be Tim Tolman. 140 average, 2 home runs, 8 RBIs, and 85. We are going to get some more activity in the Astros bullpen, or in the Expos bullpen, I should say. Switch lefty switch. The Astros are going to get... The Astros are going to get Bert Roberge warming up. I don't know how long Lucas's leash is going to be. Reynolds, let me check arms once again. 1, 3, 4, 2. Reynolds is going on contact. He's going to try to tie this game. Lucas will get the sign from Fitzgerald. Olympic Stadium is loud. Fans do not like what they see here, as the Astros are threatening. Lucas will get the sign from Fitzgerald. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 549. That's over to second base Law. And Law is going to boot that one, and all of a sudden, we have a 1-run game. Davis will score. Wait, Reynolds will score. Right? Yes. Reynolds will score. He was at third earlier. Bass. Right. Bass will go to second. Tolman will go to first. Wow. Talk about drama. Reynolds will score. Bass to second. Tolman to first. 8-7 Astros. Stadium barfs. Blah. Here is Mumphrey. Mumphrey tonight is 1 for 3. That one he's 0 for 3 actually. Lucas trying to get out of trouble. Roberge still warming up. What started out as a 4-run lead for the Expos coming into the inning has now turned into a 1-run game, and we've got high drama here at Olympic Stadium. Lucas will get the sign from Fitzgerald. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 568. That'll be over to shortstop. 568 Brooks, and Brooks is going to boot that one, and everybody's safe again. The bases are now full of Astros, and there is nobody out. The infield has got to play in. Batter now is Walling. Walling tonight is 1 for 4, and that is going to be it for Lucas. He has gotten absolutely shelled tonight. Lucas is going to come out of this game. What a bad time for the Expos bullpen to very nearly cough up this lead. Coming in to pitch for the Expos is going to be Bert Roberge, 3-3 with a 3.44 ERA. 68 innings pitched, 34 strikeouts, 22 walks, 5 home runs in 85. Bass has the tying run 90 feet away. Tolman with the go-ahead run 180 feet away. Roberge will get the sign from Fitzgerald. Olympic Stadium is loud, hoping the Expos can get out of trouble. Roberge will set, and he will pitch. That is a 631. And a 631 is going to get popped up on the infield to short. Brooks will get under that one in the infield grass as the infield fly rule gets called. 1 out in the inning. Everybody stays put. Duran is now the batter. Duran tonight is 0 for 3. He's got a walk tonight. Fans at Olympic Stadium are loud. Fitzgerald will go out and talk to Roberge on the mound. Roberge trying to settle down and get the Expos out of this. He will get the sign from Fitzgerald. Fans at Olympic Stadium are loud. Roberge will set, and he will pitch. That is a 661. And a 661. That is going to be a base hit by Duran, and the Astros will take the lead. Wow. Bass will score, as will Tolman. Bass will score. Here comes Tolman to the plate. He will score. And the Astros, Mumphrey will go to second. Duran will go to first. 9-8. The Astros take the lead. Stadium barfs. Blah. Infield will go to double play depth. Batter now is Cruz. Cruz tonight is 1 for 4. Wow. The Expos were 6 outs away from the World Series, and now we may be looking at Game 6 tomorrow night, as the Astros have engineered quite the comeback tonight. Roberge trying to get the Expos out of this inning. Roberge will get the sign from Fitzgerald. Fans at Olympic Stadium are in total shock. They can't believe what they saw. Roberge will set, he will kick, and he will pitch. That is a 204. Against a lefty, that'll be a 404. And against a righty for Cruz, that'll be a ground ball over to second. Law will get that one. He'll throw that over to Brooks. That'll get Duran. Brooks will try to make the relay, but that won't be in time. That will be a 4-6 putout, 2 outs in the inning, but once again, we now have runners at the corners. And the batter now is Bailey. Bailey tonight is 1 for 3, and he's reached on an error. He's got a single. Roberge trying to get the Expos out of the inning. He will get the sign from Fitzgerald. Olympic Stadium is loud. Roberge will set, and he will pitch. That is a 475 against a righty of 475. That's going to be a ground ball over to short. Brooks will grab that one. He will throw that over to first, and that will retire the side. But the Astros got a huge inning out of that one. 5 runs on 5 hits and 2 errors. And all of a sudden, the Astros now holding a 9-8 lead heading into the bottom of the 8th. The Astros are not going down in this postseason without a fight. That is for sure. Astros need a pitcher. They need somebody who can hold this game right where it is. Coming in to pitch for the Astros is going to be Mike Madden. No wins, no losses, 4.26 ERA, 19 innings pitched, 16 strikeouts, 11 walks, 1 home run, and 85. Leading off is Law. Law tonight is 1 for 3. He's got a single and a walk. We're going to get some activity in the Expos bullpen as well. Let's see. Righty-lefty switch. Let's see. Righty-lefty switch. The Expos are going to get... The Expos are going to get Tim Burke warming up in the bullpen. The Astros are going to get some activity in their bullpen as well, as getting loose for the Astros is going to, they're going to start getting their closer warming up. The Astros are going to get Dave Smith warming up, as Mike Madden is trying to hold this game down for the Astros. So Madden will get the sign from Bailey. He will set. Here's the kick, and here comes the pitch. That is a 208, and a 208 against a righty is going to be a 408, and a 408, that's going to be a leadoff walk for Law. He will track to first with a leadoff walk, as Madden loses control of a slider for ball 4. The infield will go to double play depth. And here's a name you don't want coming to the plate if you're an Astros fan in a clutch situation. Here's Wallach. Wallach tonight is 1 for 4, but that one was the solo bomb that started the Expos scoring all the way back in the second. Madden looking in at Bailey for the sign. He will set. Here's the kick, and here comes the pitch. That is a 150. And a 150 is going to be a walk as Madden loses control of another slider. That is ball 4. And just like the Astros did, here come the Expos with nobody out. Bailey going out to talk to Madden on the mound. Batter now is Dawson. Dawson tonight is 3 for 4 with 3 singles. You know Bailey has got to be telling Madden, settle down. This is a very big moment. Don't screw this up. Madden will get the sign from Bailey. Fans at Olympic Stadium have gone from shock back to being loud again. Madden will set, and he will pitch. That is a That is a 463. And Dawson 463 against the lefty. That is going to be hit into left field. That's going to be a double for Dawson. And the Expos are going to tie this game just as quickly as they coughed it up. Law will come in to score. Law will come in to score. Wallach will go to third. Dawson to second. We are tied at 9 here in the bottom of the 8th. Stadium cheers. Yay! Batter now is Francona. The infield has to play in. Francona tonight is 2 for 4. He's got 2 singles. Wallach, let's see, 2-3. 2-3. Wallach is not going on contact. Francona trying to get the Expos the lead back. Madden looking in. Bailey goes out to talk to him again. Madden will get the sign from Bailey. Fans at Olympic Stadium are loud. Madden will set, and he will pitch. That is a 394 and a 394. That is going to be a base hit into left field. The Expos will retake the lead. Wallach and Dawson will both score. Wallach and Dawson will both score. Francona holding at second. Expos take an 11-9 lead. Stadium cheers. Yay! Astros bench is in shock at what they're seeing. Infield goes to double play depth. Batter now is Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald tonight is 2 for 4. He's got a home run and a single. And just like that, the Expos are going to tell Burke to sit himself down. The Expos want their closer. They want Jeff Reardon warming up. Astros are also going to change who they've got warming up in the bullpen. Getting loose for the Astros is now no longer going to be Dave Smith. Frank DiPino is going to start warming. Actually, they'll leave Smith continuing to warm up just in case the Astros can retake the lead somehow. But yeah, we've got high inning drama. We've got high drama tonight. This could be a game of the year candidate. As the Astros are fighting for their season, the Expos are trying to end it. Madden will get the sign from Bailey. Fans at Olympic Stadium are going nuts. I can barely hear myself talk here. Madden will set, and he will pitch. That is a 348. And a 348 is going to be a fly ball into right field. Mumphrey getting under that one for the Astros. He will make the catch. 1 out in the inning. Roberge is going to come out of the game. The Expos are going to go to the bench again. Coming in to pinch hit for the Expos is going to be Andres Galarraga. 187 average, 2 home runs, 4 RBIs, and 85. He will be the batter for the Expos. Madden looking in at Bailey for the sign. He will set. Here's the kick, and here comes the pitch. Because I need to grab my pen. And a 498 against a lefty. Galarraga's into one. That is deep to left field. Galarraga with a power of a 7. Does he land the death blow right here? Galarraga probably just landed the death blow for the Astros, and he did it with a boom! That ball is hit high. That ball is hit deep to left field. Cruz back for that one. He is back to the track. He is back to the wall. That ball is gone. Home run, Andres Galarraga. The Expos pick up breathing room, and that may be enough. 13-9 Expos. Stadium cheers. Yay! Astros can't believe it. Winningham, now the batter, with one out here in the bottom of the eighth. Winningham tonight is 2 for 5. He's got a single and a double tonight. Madden looks to be in total shock. That wasn't Madden's fault. Galarraga just went and got that one and powered it out of here. And he may have powered the Expos to the World Series. Madden looking in at Bailey for the sign. 13-9 Expos. Madden will set, and he will pitch. That is a 471 against a lefty. 471 is going to be a fly ball into left field. Going back for that one is Cruz. This time he'll have enough room to make the catch. Out number 2. Brooks, now the batter, with 2 outs. Brooks tonight is 2 for 5. He's got a single and a double tonight. Madden looking in at Bailey for the sign. He will set. Here's the kick, and here comes the pitch. That is a 220-something. That'll be a 226 against a righty. 226. Brooks gets frozen by the high heat. Strike 3, inning over. But the Expos pick up some much-needed breathing room. 3 runs on... Wait. No, hold on. We should have more runs than that. I don't think I was tracking all of this. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, never mind. 5 runs on 3 hits and 2 walks. And the Expos now holding a 13-9 lead after 8. After starting off this postseason like a house of fire, eliminating the Cardinals in 3 straight, and extending to a 4-game win streak with Game 1 of this series, the Houston Astros are running out of outs. The Expos need a pitcher. Even though this isn't a save situation, the Expos are going to go to their closer just to nail the door shut. Coming in to pitch for the Expos... Coming in to pitch for the Expos is going to be their closer, Jeff Reardon. 2-8 with 41 saves, a 3.18 ERA, 87 2/3 innings pitched, 67 strikeouts, 26 walks, 7 home runs in 85. His job is to end the Astros season right here. Leading off is Davis. Davis tonight is 2 for 3 with 2 singles, and he's been hit by a pitch. Reardon will look in at Fitzgerald for the sign. Olympic Stadium has been an absolute madhouse all night. Reardon will get the sign from Fitzgerald. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 248 against a righty. 248. Davis gets frozen by a changeup for strike 3. That is out number 1. Stadium cheers. Yay! Reynolds, now the batter. Reynolds tonight is 3 for 4 with 2 singles and a double. Olympic Stadium has been a madhouse all night. Can the Expos finish it here? Reardon will get the sign from Fitzgerald. He will set, and here comes the pitch. That is a 361, and a 361 is going to be a fly ball into left field. Cruz back for that one. He will take his time, make the catch. Out number 2. And the last chance for the Houston Astros in this replay comes to Kevin Bass. Bass tonight is 3 for 4 with 3 singles. Bass gets on, we're going to see a pinch hitter from Madden. Reardon gets this out. The Olympic Stadium is going to come unglued as the Expos are going to make it from the wild card to the World Series. Reardon will get the sign from Fitzgerald. Olympic Stadium is a madhouse. Reardon will set. He will kick, and he will pitch. That is a 448 against a righty, a 448. It's grounded over to Law. He will get that one. Pump once, pump twice, pump 3 times, throw to first. That's your game. That's your series. That's your pennant. The Montreal Expos have defeated the Houston Astros in 5 games by a final score here tonight of 13-9. The Montreal Expos are your 1985 National League champions. Stadium goes berserk. Yay, yay, yay! Here come all of the Expos. They're mobbing Reardon on the mound. Here they all come. There is absolute pandemonium here at Olympic Stadium, but we will get the final line score coming up. Indeed, what a season for the Expos. I think most of us left them for dead when they had to go through the wild card round, had to go through both wild card games and then the series with the Dodgers. And now look at where the Expos are at. They stopped the Cardinals' run through this postseason stone cold, to say the least. It was sloppy, but the Expos will take it. For the Expos, 13 runs on 19 hits and 3 errors. For the Astros, 9 runs on 13 hits and no errors. Winning pitcher in all this mess is going to be Bert Roberge. He will take the win. Mike Madden will eat a season-ending loss for the Astros, and David Palmer will end up with the hold. And that will do it for the 1985 National League Championship Series. By a 4-1 margin, the Montreal Expos will make the 1985 World Series. That also means that I won't need Tuesday Night Baseball anymore. Madden should be gone, by the way. That also means I won't need Tuesday Night Baseball anymore during this replay. I was using that primarily to get through the league division, to get through the playoff rounds. Now that we only have 1 series left and then the World Series, now there will be no more Tuesday Night Baseball, which is actually perfect because I've got a few product unboxings I need to catch up on. But that word salad is just letting the Expos celebrate more winning the National League pennant. And that will do it for this series in Season Ticket Baseball. We have still got a lot of great stuff coming up on the channel. Tomorrow morning, we will be playing game number 5 on my War Room 10-game challenge list as we're playing Undaunted 2200 Callisto by Osprey Games. Tomorrow afternoon, we will be looking at game 5 of the American League Championship Series between the California Angels and the Detroit Tigers. Ron Romanek will be going for the Angels, and Dan Petrie will be going for the Tigers. Wednesday, we are going to be playing Star Wars Force and Destiny by Edge Studio. Saturday next week, Mystical Munchies will conclude Out of the Dungeons & Dragons Flavors of the Multiverse cookbook as we make the drink Erlenmeyer's Dragonfire Punch. Thank you for watching the video. Please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Be sure to turn on notifications so you get my content. Be well, stay safe, take care of yourselves and your loved ones, and I'll be back with more videos in the future. Take care, everyone. In a very dramatic Game 5, where the Houston Astros refused to go down without a fight, the Montreal Expos answer a 5-run 8th inning by the Astros with a 5-run inning of their own to win this game 13-9 and the series 4-1. The Montreal Expos are your 1985 National League champions. they have made the World Series. Once again, take care, and I will see you guys tomorrow.